So thanks for joining me as you share my day on what I eat in a typical day. I've now lost over 76 pounds. I think it was 76.7 pounds. Every ounce makes a difference at this point. So I decided, since I was making a butter pecan ice cream to put in the freezer for my Ninja Creamy tomorrow night, I made that a little few minutes ago. I decided it looks so good, I think I'm gonna make a smoothie for breakfast this morning. So let me show you what I have in mind. Look at this beautiful shake, isn't that gorgeous? And it's gonna taste just as good as it looks. So this is a lot of smoothie here. Let's give this a try and see what we think. You don't need any sweetener with this because that Oikos protein shake makes it plenty sweet. It'll be delicious. That is so good. No excuse not to have breakfast. You can take one of these on the road if you're going to work, if you're in a hurry, whatever your situation is, enjoy a nice, beautiful smoothie. So I have another super busy day. I think my whole life is just one super busy day after another. So I do have about an hour and a half before the grandkids get here. So I am going to get everything done so that I don't have to deal with dinner tonight, and I have lunch already. So my lunch today is going to be leftovers from dinner last night. So last night I made a stuffed pizza, spaghetti squash. It was super good. My husband and I absolutely loved it. I'm gonna link it above in case anybody wants to watch that video. And anyway, I only ate a small portion of mine. It was super filling. So I'm gonna have some of that for lunch today. It's gonna be very, very good. I know the grandkids are probably gonna be into it. So I'll probably have to heat up the whole thing and share it, especially with the 1-year-old. She loves anything that even looks like a noodle. So I'm gonna go ahead and get dinner started. I am making a rotisserie chicken, mushroom, and rice casserole. Now, the nice part about this meal is that I had a rotisserie chicken from like 3 weeks ago. I had pulled all the chicken off the bones. I used some of it for a meal that I made right away. And I just pulled some of the chicken out of the freezer today, and I've had it thawing, and we're going to use that. So I don't even have to go buy a rotisserie chicken or make rotisserie chicken or anything. It's going to be all ready to go now. So this recipe calls for some brown, long grain, fast cooking rice. I didn't have any fast cooking rice, so I'm gonna go ahead and pre-cook my rice. If you wanted to, you could use some of these ready rices. I'm not gonna use this one because it does have the 4 cheese. I just don't wanna mess up the flavor of the recipe the way it is. So, but these are available, and of course you can get a fast acting rice yourself. Since this dish is only for my husband and I'm cutting the recipe in half, but I'm going to have the full recipe listed in the description below. So let me go ahead and get started because this is going to be pretty fast, but I do need to cook up my rice. But we're going to get started putting all the rest of it together. All right, I am going to start off by melting a tablespoon of butter. And to that, I'm going to be adding some either shallots or onions. In my case, I'm adding onions because that's what I have on hand. And I've got some beautiful mushrooms I'm going to be adding. This is kind of the star of the show today. I've already cleaned them. All I'm doing now is just slicing them up. I'm going to add my onion first. Gonna give this onion a good little stir. And as soon as these start breaking down just a little bit, maybe another minute or two, we're gonna add our mushrooms. All right, it's time to add our mushrooms. Now we don't want to cook these up till they're really, really soft. We just want them soft enough that they're gonna be able to kind of cook up, just get a little bit of that oniony flavor. This is just perfect. Now I'm going to add my chicken. It says to take this off the stove, but I want to heat up my chicken a little bit before I put it in my casserole dish, just because I've defrosted it this morning, but I want to make sure that it's fully defrosted so that I can shred it apart really good. Like, see what I mean? This piece here is still a little bit frozen, but we're getting there. So what I'm going to do is turn the heat off at this point. I'm going to add everything in here, and then I'm going to pour it into my little 8x8 pan. So I'm going to add some fresh thyme to this. I've got some garlic powder, some onion powder, some salt and pepper. I'm going to put that in. I've got some beef broth that I'm adding. And I've got some vinegar. I know that's a little different, but that's what we're adding. So let me go ahead and just put this together like so. All right, now we're gonna add our rice. All right, we're just gonna mix this together. All right, so all we're gonna do now is just pour all of this into our pan. Got that real earthy smell from the mushrooms and the beef broth, the herbs. Really a wonderful smell. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and put kind of try to get our rice down in the liquid. A lot of this liquid's still gonna be absorbed in the rice, because remember, I didn't cook my rice all the way through. If you're using an instant rice, you're gonna put it in before it's cooked. It's gonna cook in the juice. All right. And we're just gonna top this with some cheese. This recipe calls for some of that Gruyere cheese. I don't know, it gives me a headache, so I'm gonna just top it with a half a cup of mozzarella, and we will call it a day. All right, I'm gonna throw this in the preheated oven at 350 degrees. Now, I could put this in the refrigerator like this. I'm gonna go ahead and bake it just because I'm gonna be really busy today. And then tonight, all I have to do is heat it up. So my mushroom and rotisserie chicken casserole is done. I am gonna go ahead and just let this cool, and I will heat it up and serve it tonight. My whole house just smells so good. I don't usually cook these kinds of flavors, but I don't know why I don't. I'm gonna start. It just smells great in here. So it's time to have dinner. The grandkids, everybody's left, and I'll show you what I'm putting together. So this is the serving size for this casserole. It's a mushroom, rotisserie chicken, and a long grain brown rice. I'm gonna be serving this with some sugar-free Jell-O and a little bit of fat-free cottage cheese. So I hope you enjoyed what I ate in a day today. Thanks for joining me. If you're not a subscriber, please consider subscribing, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.